Let's take a look at cats. No, not those types of cats. That would actually be funny, engaging, and cute.
Meow meow nigga!
I mean the film Cats from 2019. I hope none of you forgot about the film. And if you cleansed your mind of this furry nightmare after many sleepless nights filled with alcohol to knock yourself into a deep sleep where the cats can't get to you after watching the film, it's time to bring those memories back. Let's go back to the end of 2019 and take another look at this cinematic masterpiece. I never regretted not seeing the movie personally, but here are some funny reviews from people who watch Cats. Let's go dumpster diving.
That sad girl was nasty. Every scene she had some nasty snot running down her lip and into her mouth. Great choice to portray a character, Snot Lady, like Mon, whose amazing idea was it to animate snot onto the girl's lip and long strings dripping from her nose. Whoever's idea that was, obviously enjoys the visual of snot, and that might be a problem in itself. Also, the actor have some class and say no, I don't want snot in my mouth every scene. Like, what a joke. Like, at first I was disgusted, then I thought it was a joke and laughed. Besides the snot, it was actually a good movie. Just kidding, this movie was actual ass. Half the time I thought cats were actually just meowing because I could not understand anything they were saying. That usually happens when you have 80 people singing at the same time. Nice job, director. Movie was a joke. I hope Tom Hooper gets scratched in his eyes by those cat human things, because that's what he deserves. Hey Tom, the director, I want my $12 back. I'm surprised the people selling the tickets didn't tell me to go behind the theater and go watch the homeless people sleep. I honestly would have been more entertained doing that, and might have also seen a cat, guaranteed, with no snot in its mouth. Anyways, it had a people's review of 20%. That just makes me realize 20% of the population are furries and wanna do disturbing things to cats. I cannot with this movie. I hated it so much I cried at the end, and I'm not joking, I seriously did. There was literally no explanation about anything. I went with the intention of making fun of it and left the theater in tears, not the good kind. Why was Rebel Wilson stripping off her skin? Who knows? Why were their hands human and not paws? Who knows? Why did it suck so badly? Oh, actually, I do know. The CGI equals garbage, plot equals confusing, sexual jokes equals disturbing, etc. Also, why were they rubbing up against each other to show affection? They aren't real cats. The overly sexualized animals freaked me out. Also, what is a jellicle cat? They never explained it. I haven't seen it on Broadway, sorry, so I need some explanation. The plot was so weird, and they scurried around so much, and I hated it. The music was alright, but everything else scared me so much. They also made them way too small. Why were they so tiny? Cats aren't that small. Especially James Corden, since he's supposed to be fat. They were way too small. Their hands were scary and their teeth were scary and the way they jumped was scary. Everything scared me. I gasped so much. A lady in front of me, elderly woman, told me to shush. Every other moment I was looking at my friend in disbelief. Also, the cockroach scene. Huh, what was the point? That was so scary. They were eating little cockroach people, and it was gross. This movie was an utter waste of money. Please, I'm begging you, don't go see it. Watching it took years off my life. Staring at those freaking furries for almost 2 hours was awful. Also, way too many crotch shots. Oh, wow, this was worse than I thought. What can I even say? Imagine being high on cough syrup, and yours went off first, so you had to be the first one to realize how dumb and creepy everyone was acting. That's this movie in a nutshell. This movie seriously felt like an unending, nightmarish fever dream maybe, that I couldn't wake up from. It felt as though the creepiest, darkest, ugliest and most terrifying things that I keep locked up deep in my subconscious mind had an unholy lover child with my sleep paralysis. Then it was given the power to claw its way into the real world, so it would be able to spread its darkness and suffering to all who dare seek it out in theaters this holiday season. 5 stars, highly recommended. I'm just kidding. Kill it. Kill it now. Kill it with fire. Send this unholy darkness back to the deepest depths of hell, for the mental and emotional well-being of all mankind. Today, me and my 7 Jewish female children went to watch the movie with high expectations. My kids are the nicest, and would never do anything to harm someone. We ordered our Slurpees, and got into the movies. Already, 2 minutes in, my kids were screaming in pain, and throwing a tantrum. They started a riot. They threw everything and broke everything. Now we have a $2 million debt of all the destruction we caused. This movie is gayer than James Charles. This movie brings a lot to the table. Number 1.
Bruh.
Number 2, live action cats. Aren't all cats in live action? If you wanted to see a cat dance live, you might as well just buy a clothes to free tabby cat and a $5 laser pointer. The only reason I saw this movie was because I thought I was about to witness Garfield Reclamation Day. Unfortunately, that movie doesn't come out until 2022 along with Minecraft, the movie. This movie is what nightmares are made from. There's this one cat that wears a lion fur coat, and that's the equivalent of humans wearing a coat made from human flesh. One song in this monstrosity of a movie called Jellicle Cat sounds like they're saying genital, so if you're a fan of health songs then you might just maybe somewhat find this movie enjoyable, but even if those are the circumstances I strongly doubt it. Another cat in this movie can take her fur off, and did it about 3 times in the movie. But yeah, no, if that's your thing then you're mentally unstable, should go to some physiatric hospital. Anyone who gave this movie 5 stars is wrong. Do not watch alone or just period. Nightmare fuel. Negative stars. A new kind of uncomfort came over me. I started to watch it solely to laugh and make fun of the awful animation. Instead I left with horrific PTSD and a desire to file a lawsuit. I can never see a cat again without gagging in my mouth. I hope we get the public apology from all of the cast and crew who put me through that before 2020, so I can officially leave this nightmare come to life in this decade. If you are debating going to see it, like I was, as a fun bad movie watch, don't. This movie is not fun. This movie is the worst creation in cinema, dance, art, hell, humanity. Weird costumes, ungainly moves, inexplicable speeches. If I wanted this, I would have watched the United Kingdom Independence Party general election campaign. Idris Elba was as convincing in the role as the bad guy as his character Charles Minor was likable in The Office. James Corden? Just, no. Frankly, I've been more entertained by next door's cat taking a dump on my flower bed again. It also didn't stink the place out as much either or cost anything. Even worse than Labour's election result. Yes, it's that bad. Save your money and time.
If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing. It's free and you can always change your mind in the future.